Hi guys, welcome to the video. My name is Jojo. I'm a flight attendant at one of the major airlines in the United States. On today's video, I have another special guest. He is also a flight attendant and his name is Tyler, but I call him Mr. Bean. Without further ado, let's get to the video.
Hey everyone, welcome to JojoTV.
This is my look, my life, my book. This is my destiny. This is my destiny.
This is my friend Tyler. We both went to the same training, 1905, and we're actually in the same class. We have 3 different classes, but we were on class Athens. Am I right? I almost forget.
That's right.
Yeah, Tyler is a great friend. We call him Mr. Bean. Is that still what they call you, or it's just me calling you Mr. Bean? Is that right?
It's you and a lot of others, but it sticks.
Did you want to be called Mr. Bean or just Tyler?
You can call me Mr. Bean. Go for it.
That's good. All right. So here it is, Mr. Bean. But first of all, I would like you, if you don't mind, to introduce yourself and pretty much share everything I would like to share with JojoTV viewers.
So hello everyone, my official name is Tyler Bean, but we can call myself Mr. Bean as Jojo calls me. But yes, we were in the same class back in April of 2019, class 1905, specifically class Athens, which was the best team out of the 3. Originally it was from Vermont, so came all the way down to Dallas, did the training, and then I shortly went to Boston actually with Jojo. So I started right out of training with Jojo for my first 6 months, and then I actually came down here to be based out of Miami because I actually went to university down here in the South Florida area. So it was an easy move for me. They came down here to take advantage of the international flying, and I've been going all the way around the world from London, and I actually recently just got back from Sao Paulo. But I'm excited to be here with you guys to share my experience, what it's like to be a flight attendant for what I say is the best airline out of all the airlines. Before I became a mainline flight attendant, I actually was a regional flight attendant. So I was operating the smaller aircraft that operate out of the smaller cities. And I started that back in January of 2019. And being a regional flight attendant, I was based in Dayton, Ohio. And then I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I did that for about 3 months before I moved on to mainline. And then I went to Dallas and did training there. And then I ended up in Boston for 6 months. And here I am now in Miami.
Oh, wow. I didn't know about that regional. I don't know why.
No, yeah. In regional is a totally different ballgame. It's like 2 different worlds, literally comparing the 2.
I heard that's a little bit more challenging. That's just what I heard.
Yeah, it's challenging in regards to the amount of flights you do a day. So on average, we're doing maybe 2-3 flights a day when I can do easily 4 to 5 regional flights a day. And it always ends up being a 4-day trip. So you work 4 days in a row doing that for 4 days. And the best part was when you got back on day 4, got back to base, you have to call crew scheduling to get released. But you never got released. They added probably 2, maybe 4 more flights to your day. So when you got in to, let's say, Charlotte at 7 a.m. in the morning, they said, Mr. Bean, you got 4 more flights, my good sir. And I'm like, great. So your day just got extended until.
Shut up, seriously. I'm glad I didn't do that.
It was so painful, Jojo. I'm not even kidding you.
Oh my gosh, that's tough. Well, respect to you, man.
I'm so grateful to be in mainline because it is a totally different option.
So what is your big why? Why did you want to become, a flight attendant?
So the biggest thing was I grew up with, I call them my adopted grandparents. So basically it was an elderly couple that had a baby sitting at their house and they had a bunch of little kids that they were watching. So we actually went to the airport like once a week, and I kind of just grew up from a very small age. I was there ever since like I was 1 year old. I was kind of raised with them. So I was like kind of raised around the airport, I feel, around aviation. I think I just grew a very strong passion for aviation. And I went from I wanted to be air traffic controller to a pilot. And then I found that I really wanted to be a flight attendant because I wanted to change the way people fly. Because we all know it's very stressful from TSA, security, even from booking the airline, and you're paying this much money. So I want to ensure people have the best experience as possible. Because everyone's experience and everyone flies for a different reason. It's just that strong feeling, and of course, everyone flies or becomes a flight attendant for different reasons. But for me personally, it's always just making that connection with our passengers, or I call them our guests on our aircraft.
Oh, that is so nice. And I
So
work with this gentleman, you guys. He is like probably the top three that I work with. That is like super
top
like
three.
friendly. One of the top three. I'm not saying you're
Love-
top three. One of the top three, because there's a few people that I work with that's like their value. You can really tell that you love what you're doing. And I'm like, this young, I don't want to call you a kid, but you're a young gentleman. This young gentleman is like doing like as if he's been doing this for life. Like you're on it. I love it. So it was a pleasure. Actually, I get to work with you even for a
I'm
little
gonna,
bit.
I'm gonna be a purser one day. Don't you worry, it's gonna happen.
You know what? They just sent an email and they're looking for purser.
And guess
Did
what?
you
I
see that?
signed up. Don't you worry. I don't care what's happening. I still signed up. Put my ballot in.
Dude, that's awesome. You signed up. I think you'll do great with that. So this is my next question.
Yep.
What was your reaction when you actually got the official email that you were being furloughed?
So opening up in our basic application we have our phone, how we get our company messages and emails. I opened it up and I saw it was high alert, and I knew this was it. And kind of knowing since the very beginning and how it's all been in the news and everything, we kind of know it's going to happen. The travel demand is coming back, but it's not coming back as fast as we want it to. So opening it up and reading the words, that it's real, I basically told myself it is what it is, but at the same time, I tell myself no one can take away our flight attendant wings. Our wings are always our wings, and even because it is a furlough, we're still going to get called back, just like that. JoJo has her wings. No one takes these wings away from us. We trade for 6.5 weeks to get these wings, and no one's going to take these away. Even though we're on pause, I just keep telling myself, we're going to get called back. It's just a little quick pause, and it just lets you basically go to explore other opportunities that are out there that maybe you want to seek, besides fulfilling the dream of becoming a flight attendant.
That's true. Did you feel sad, or were you shocked? Were you?
I wasn't shocked. It kind of punched me in the gut, because now I'm like reading it officially, because it was never official. So once you read the official note from our CEO, it like punches you in the gut, and it's like that feeling. It's like, wow, now I'm not gonna have my dream career doing it every day, and doing what I'm passionate for every day. So it was a punch in the gut for sure.
Yeah. So now, what is your plan moving forward?
So with everything going on, furloughs and everything, and the lack of flying, especially internationally. So as we discussed, I'm in Miami now, and Miami's probably going to be downsizing, unfortunately, which means they're going to be moving flight attendants around. So we had a special opportunity to transfer to a different base. So I took the opportunity, and I actually put my bid in to go back to Boston, and I actually got it. So I was very excited to receive that. So I'm coming back to you, JoJo, which I'm really excited about.
I knew you'd be back. I knew you're gonna miss the Boston peeps.
Boston's a special base. It's a special place. So
really.
I'm really excited to come back. But of course, if furloughs are going to take place on October 1st, I still plan to move back to the New England area, as I'm originally from Vermont, as I said before. So if furloughs happen, I'll probably just go back to Vermont and look in the jobs in that area, or I'm potentially looking for jobs in the Boston area, so I can still move into the Boston, New Hampshire area. And once I have all my things settled there, and then I'll just be waiting for that call back while doing my career that I choose to do moving forward.
Oh, that's nice. So we get to hang out this time, because
we actually get to hang out. Like real life hangout. So
that's I would love that. You get to meet my cats and my dog. I know you love cats.
I love cats. You know I'm all about cats.
Your name before on my phone, before I get to really know you, I just put the Tyler Cats.
Cats. There's no bean. It's cats like that. Tyler's cat name.
All right, my last question, Tyler, or sure. Mr. Bean. Look at that, I'm calling you like Tyler.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean.
Can't do that.
Any advice? Actually, it's not last. Sorry, it's like second to the last. Any advice to current flight attendants that are actually getting furloughed?
We are all in the same boat. It's not a small group. It's rather a large number of us are getting furloughed, of course, unfortunately. It's just the times, and it's out of everyone's control. No one's like in control of this, of course. Like it is what it is. And that's kind of like what I told myself. It is what it is. But at the same time, I knew the company that we work for, they did everything they possibly could to ensure that they did not have to do as many furloughs as potentially they could have done. So they tried to do everything. That's why I'm so grateful to be with our company that we're with, because I really feel they are there for us. But of course, you just have to remember at the end of the day, our wings are our wings, and no one can take that away from us. And you know that call is going to come back, and you're going to get that excited feeling back about getting a call like from crew scheduling. It's like you're coming back, and I think that is going to be the most fulfilling feeling, and I'm really excited to get that feeling. It's almost like receiving our invitation to go for training almost. It's going to feel like that, I think, all over again. And then getting that feeling to tie our ties or tie our scarves on for you ladies, I think it's going to be very rewarding once we get to put on our uniform again. So that's how I'm moving forward with it, is I know I'm going to be back one day.
Any advice to all of those aspiring flight attendants?
Like we said, to become a flight attendant is very competitive, of course, but they always look at the individual individually. So they look at who is JoJo, or they look at who is Mr. Bean, and I feel like that's what you guys should really focus on when you're applying to these airlines. And of course, don't just apply to one, but two. Apply to as many as there are that are available positions open, because you never know what is going to become available to you and who's going to say yes and who's going to say no. And the ones that do say no, it's their loss. Generally, is how you have to look at it. So just get out there, keep your applications updated, of course, and keep pushing it through. And just because you say no, you can still reapply to the same airline. I believe it depends on each airline, but generally I believe it's like 6 months. So never stop. Just to give you some numbers, like when JoJo and I got the yes, we got the yes out of like 125,000 applications, I think it was, some crazy number, and they chose like 700 of us. So harder to become a flight attendant than it's getting Harvard, but don't let that stop you. It can happen. You can literally make your dream come true. And once you make it come true, you're never going to want to go back to what you were doing before.
Any final words to JojoTV community?
Sure. You guys are in such special care with JoJo. I love her to pieces, and I know she loves every one of you guys. So keep your subscription with her and share with your friends. Like, she's telling you like gold pieces of advice, literally what it's like to be a flight attendant. And also, I know she's made videos, I've seen them, of like what it's like in training, even before that, for the interview. So she's telling you some crucial pieces of advice I should really take notes for, especially if you're really serious about becoming a flight attendant. And of course, we're keeping you up to date what's happening. You can hear everything that's happening in the news, but we're actually in the industry. We actually know what's up, what's going on. So of course, but keep your heads up high and don't stop traveling. Travel, 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 travel. Mm-hmm. Never stop.
True. So do you have any social media that the people from here can follow you if you would like to share?
Yeah, so I actually have an Instagram that's just my flight attendant page. It's called flywithbeaans, and it's going to be FLYWITH and beans, but with 2 A's.
All right. Any other social media you want us to?
Yeah, they can follow my personal one too, Extra Cool Beans. They can look me up on Facebook. They want to give me a chat, shoot me a message, go for it. And you can find me easily. Literally, Tyler Bean. I'm probably going to be the very first one that pops up. So
yes.
Follow me, look up me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want. I'll be there for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Bean. So are you guys
always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining me and Mr. Bean on today's video. I really appreciate it. If you do like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and remember to share it with someone you love. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, JojoTV. Thank you very much for your time. Maraming salamat po. Mwah.
'Cause you know that life's a magic circle, and it's my turn for a ride. I'm dusting out this bubble, and I'm flying on the tide. You can sit down with your trouble, but for me it's plain to see. This is my look, my life, my book. This is my destiny.